The new breed, Sean Royal and Chris Champion.
And they're going up against John and Tim Hardy. Chris Champion will start out, David. What a combination. Champion and Royal.
They have the strength, they have the quickness.
Just youngsters.
Arrogant. Yeah, they talk real big, Tony. As long as Lasertron, the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Van are not around.
That's right, but we've seen Boogie Woogie Man and Tron chase them away before.
They have the teamwork, the new breed. John waits. Takes him now. Picks him up now by the hair. Hooks him again. What's he going to do to him? I think he's going to break him in half. Now, the new breed says, you know, after they finish with Lasertron and Jimmy Vant, he's going to go after the Rock and Roll Express. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that, too. That they're going after the Rock and Roll Express, when in the end... A lot of people have said they were going to chase the Rock and Roll Express just to see the Rock and Roll Express turn around and chase them.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, there are a lot of people that are afraid of the new breed. You know, look at the Hardy Boys over here. You know, he doesn't know what to do. Anything. Look at this. Now you can see why the Hardy Boys are definitely afraid of the new breed. He didn't want to get up. He didn't want to put up a fight. So the new breed, right now Chris Champion, just going to destroy him. It's called beat 'em up. Now, as long as you won't fight this team, they will destroy you. Just lum around like a fish out of water. Sean comes off. Here they start. All right, backs him in. Oh, that was nice. And we know the Hardy Boys aren't going to fight him. So I want you to watch the new breed. Watch the teamwork. Like him or not, they're a good team. Look at him, he's just waiting. Chris Champion just waiting. He's going to jump off. Remember, they're on that floor. Here he, oh.
Knock them when they're down, and then knock them again for being down.
No. Good slam. Tag's made. Now Chris Champion comes in. What are they going to do? Hey, Tony, you hear the new breed's got some fans over there. They're weird, but they've got some fans.
Now, needless to say, the new breed, an odd group, to say the least, with our talk of 2002 coming back from the future.
and beat him up. The new breed, Sean Royal and Chris Champion. Destroy the Hardy Boys. Slingshot out and rock it down. Your winners, the new breed.
This is what they mean by styling and profiling the world champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
You think Magnum TA is the only beefcake in town? Let's hear it for a man the public loves to hate. Now let's put the camera on this one time. This is what being the world champion, being one of the four horsemen, is all about. It's called styling and profile. And in the words of the infamous Arn Anderson, what's really causing all this? I'm going to tell you. Big bucks. Big time money. And you know how you get to make all the money? You got to be in the main line of the greatest sport in the world. Now let's do what Dusty Rhodes did. Step over here, Tony Schiavone. Come on over here. You see, Dusty Rhodes takes it upon himself to walk into the middle of the ring and tell the whole world he's standing on both his legs, the great American hero that he is. Well, let me tell you how it is, Big Dust. We all got a lot of respect for what you are in this sport. You're one of the main liners, one of the big daddies. But you see, Big Dust, there are times when you confuse yourself and put yourself in the same category as the four horsemen. And when you jump specifically on Tony Blanchard, you're jumping on me, and you're jumping on Luger, and you're jumping on Arn, and you're jumping on JJ. So you see what happens, Big Dust? If you're outnumbered, your troops aren't deep enough to handle it. And this time, my friend, you have ridden that lightning bolt probably, and I'm being very serious, to the end of your wrestling career. Because as you saw, we can be real bad and real nasty. And the more things heat up, the closer you come to having it all in. Now, Magnum TA, let me explain something to you, Magnum. You walk out here, the great champion that you are. We all know what kind of man you are. Nobody could have come back from where you've been, buddy. We love you for it. But, my friend, if you get in my way, what? You're going to get one of those. If you get Luger's way, you get one of those. And if you get in Blanchard's way, I expect to see him put that slingshot suplex on you, buddy. Bad arm or not. The name of this game is competition. It's blood, it's guts, it's glory, and it's ours. And Nikita Koloff, for you to walk out here and holler and dare Lex Luger to bring it to you tells me that your few years in this great sport, nothing has sunk in. Luger is going to be the U.S. champion when he wants to be. Right now, I put my arm around him. I say, Lex, tease Nikita a little bit. Make him sweat. Make him think what it'll be like to walk around without that belt. Make him think what it'll be like to look Dusty Rhodes in the eye and have that funny feeling in his stomach and say, Dust, I let you down. Luger beat me. Where do I go now? That's what's called being a champion, buddy. You don't bring it on, you go get it. And I'll guarantee you, Nikita, Luger's going to have the U.S. Championship. The four horsemen are going to put Dusty Rhodes out of this sport. And Ric Flair is going to take Precious. And Jimmy Garvin, I don't care what you've told yourself, what you've got yourself thinking you are, I'm going to take that bodacious blonde with the biggest tatas in the world and make her mine. You know why? You want to know why? Because I'm the world champion. I'm the best there is, and I can back up every word I say, and I do it day in and day out. That's what makes me the cream of the crop. I style, I profile, I can boogaloo, I can do whatever I have to do to be the man day in, woo, and day out.
The world champion, Ric Flair.
Custom made, $1,100. Buy yourself one, kid.
And we'll be right back. It's World Championship Wrestling. The Civic Center, Amarillo, Texas. Sunday, June 21st, the bell time, 8 o'clock at the Civic Center in Amarillo. It's the Popeyes Summer Spectacular coming to the Summit in Houston. Saturday, June 20th at 8 o'clock at the Summit in Houston. Rapides Parish Coliseum, Alexandria, Louisiana. Thursday, June 18th, the bell time, 7:30 in Alexandria, Louisiana. Cumberland County Memorial Arena in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Tuesday, June 16th at 7:30. That's at 7:30 in Fayetteville. The Charlotte Coliseum, Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunday, June 14th, the bell time, 8 o'clock at the Charlotte Coliseum. The NWA returns to the Baltimore Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. Saturday, June 13th, the bell time, 8 o'clock in Baltimore. The Civic Center, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Friday, June 12th, the bell time, 7:30 in Lake Charles. Cincinnati Gardens, Cincinnati, Ohio. Thursday, June 11th, the bell time, 8 o'clock in Cincinnati. The Omni in Atlanta. Sunday, June 7th, the bell time, 8 o'clock at the Omni in Atlanta. The Bayfront Center, St. Petersburg, Florida. Saturday, June 6th, the bell time, 8:30 in St. Petersburg. The Richmond Coliseum, Richmond, Virginia. Friday, June 5th, the bell time is 8:15. The Best in Wrestling returns to the Richmond Coliseum. And tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. at Barton Coliseum in Little Rock. All the top stars of wrestling tomorrow 3 p.m. at Barton Coliseum in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's the NWA. It's the National Wrestling Alliance, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. You know, it's certainly a team that makes everybody feel good when they walk into the arena. They have that something certain special. The charisma that the fans love. Put him down for the pin. Arm drag takes him over. One of their key points also has to be the confidence they have. You can just tell when they wrestle, when they tag in and out, their teamwork, their ability. They know from the moment go, regardless of who they're wrestling, that they're either going to control the match or be right in it. And we'll be right back, fans. We'll go away. Still has that arm. You know, the Rock and Roll Express, you talk about, there's so many teams that want to defeat them because rock and roll is always at the top. You got the Midnight Express, United States Tag Team Champions. They want to take them down. Also the New Breed. Everyone. Here's a team that claims they'll be the World Tag Team Champions once again. And who's to dispute them? Switch now. Look at this. Here it comes, here it comes. Yeah! Double drop kick. And the chant starts. Rock and roll. Rock and roll is here to stay. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, team up with a double drop kick. And puts him down. Your winners,
the Rock and Roll Express.
And another great win for Ricky and Robert right here.
All right, Tony, it's a pleasure to be here today. But like everybody has seen, Paul Jones, you foreign team. You got Anacola, Petrov, Manny Fernandez. It makes no difference to us, Paul Jones, because we said we were going to be champions, and we are champions. And as the Midnight Express, I hear running their mouth, costing than you, U.S. Tag Team Champions. But brother, we're just looking down at you. And now the new breed. If you want to take a walk into the Twilight Zone, brother, you come on, because we'll let you know how it feels when the bullet hits the bone. Because rock and roll is #1 around here, and you're soon to find it out. We don't care what it takes. See, there's nothing we can do about you jumping on us. But there's a whole lot we can do to get you off, and you fixing to find out. Woo! Remember, rock and roll is forever, Tony. Yeah!
No doubt about that, fans. Let's go back to the ring.
In the ring now, one of the four horsemen, Arn Anderson. Takes his time. Double A. Arn Anderson.
David Bray, briefly remind the fans that a big card of wrestling tonight in Sarasota at Robarts Arena, the NWA. So don't forget that. And fans, tune in tomorrow night at 5:30 Eastern Time for our Sunday edition of World Championship Wrestling. What an athlete this man is, Arn Anderson.
Oh, yes. Patented Anderson move.
Right there, the youngest member of the Anderson family. But obviously, within the last year, 2 years, the man who's made the most noise. And a solid member of the Four Horsemen.
Oh, yes. Arn Anderson, he enjoys being in that wrestling ring. And they're talking to the World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. He says, of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson could be the most sadistic of all of them. He's the enforcer.
Here's a little example right here. Knees on the arm, knee drops, and then the twist on that left arm, and now he's kicking right on the shoulder.
He's a workhorse.
He wants him to hurt. He's not worried about pinning the man right there.
Just like you told me, remember? We're going on.
You hear him talk about Ole Anderson.
Working on the arm, he says.
Ole Anderson, the original.
You know, some fans out there calling for the Horseman and calling for the Gourd Buster. You know, Arn, I'm sure, is just ready to put the Gourd Buster on any time, but right now it's supper time at the old wrestling match.
Being a Four Horseman is a way of life. It's a mental attitude. You live it, breathe it, 24 hours a day. Even their manager, J.J. Dillon, he's part of it.
I don't know what's more devastating, the spine buster or the Gourd Buster, or just working on the arm.
Anything this man does is devastating. The sign of the Four Horsemen, the four fingers held up high by Double A, Arn Anderson. He drops him with the Gourd Buster.
Okay, fans, your winner, a member of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson. Another member of the Four Horsemen, still the World Television Champion, Tully Blanchard, along with Dark Journey. And I know you've heard what Magnum had to say when he walked out here.
I tell you what, you know, Tony Schiavone, one thing before we all start. I'm going to make you the most famous secretary in all the world. I'm going to make you more famous than Jessica Hahn. Now, back to business. Magnum TA. I got a clap for you. Man, you're making a great recovery. Your step back. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be great someday to watch you step through those ropes and put the tights back on. It's going to do my heart good. But until that time comes, you just carry that sack full of common people's money down to ringside. Because I tell you what, Dark Journey's going to have all the pleasure carrying it out. At Dusty Rhodes, you want to get up here and talk horseman. I'm still on 2 legs. I'm up here. Both legs still work. Yeah, they're here. Are they on 100%? The question. But you know, you're a great man. You've been world heavyweight champion 3 times, world television champion a couple times, and nobody's taking anything away from you. You're one of the greatest in all the world. You're a tough man. I've never said that. But you know, Big Dust, you can't rest on your laurels. You can't go on past performance. June 6th, it's going to be 0-0. I'm not talking about the times I beat you for this, or the time 2 years ago when I beat you for the world television title, or the national title, or anything else. It's going to be 0 for Dusty Rhodes and 0 for Tully Blanchard. Just like the Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons. It all comes down to that one game. So Big Dust, June the 6th, Greensboro Coliseum. You bring Mr. Inspiration Magnum TA. You bring yourself, because I'm bringing Dark Journey, and all the horsemen are going to be there. $100,000 on the line, and you know, Big Dust, that's what it says all. I'm putting this up and the money. And you know, Big Dust, I've said it before, June 6th is my day. It's a day for Tully Blanchard, for Dark Journey, and the 4 horsemen to shut you up once and for all, so don't you miss it.
Tully Blanchard and Dark Journey, and we'll be back right after this time. World Championship Wrestling, Pacific Center, Beaumont, Texas. Wednesday, June 24th at 7:30 in Beaumont, Texas. The Sun Dome, Tampa, Florida. Tuesday, June 23rd at 7:30 in Tampa at the Sun Dome. The Civic Center, Amarillo, Texas. Sunday, June 21st at 8 o'clock in Amarillo. Charlotte Coliseum, Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunday, June 14th, 8 o'clock at the Charlotte Coliseum. It's a Popeye Superdome extravaganza at the Superdome in New Orleans. Saturday, June 13th, 8 o'clock at the Superdome. Civic Center Coliseum, Charleston, West Virginia. Friday, June 12th at 8 o'clock in Charleston, West Virginia. The Cincinnati Garden, Cincinnati, Ohio. Thursday, June 11th at 8 o'clock in Cincinnati. The Greensboro Coliseum, Greensboro, North Carolina. Saturday, June 6th at 8:15 in Greensboro. And the Richmond Coliseum, Richmond, Virginia. Friday, June 5th at 8:15 in Richmond at the Coliseum. It's the NWA, the Major League of Professional Wrestling.
Dylan handing Luger the arena mic.
I know you're watching. Nikita Cole up on your monitor. What I'm telling you right now in front of all these people and on national TV is you got 1 ounce of courage and guts in your body. You'll come out here right now and settle this thing once and for all.
Well, how about that? We heard Nikita at the beginning of the program say he wanted Luger. Now Luger answered. The challenge from Lex Luger. Hey, here comes Nikita Koloff. Nikita's going to take it up.
Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
World Championship Wrestling Sunday edition is on the air. Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Schiavone, and you're ringside with the NWA, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. On the program here today, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors will be here. Tully Blanchard along with Dark Journey. We'll hear from Dusty Rhodes, from Magnum TA, and from many other of the top stars of the NWA. And I need to get my talking in very quickly because I have a co-host With me here today on our program, none other than the manager of the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette, who'll be with me the entire program here today. Jim,
aren't you excited about that?
Well, Jim, I got to say, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Jim Crockett Promotions, the Atlanta Braves, and Beaver Cleaver for letting me squeeze a few little messages and statements in here on today's program, and it is going to be good. And, Tony, I know I'm excited about it because finally, for once, you got somebody out here that knows what they're doing.
Well, I would say so. I'm glad to see you out here. All the top stars.
You don't
of the
really
NWA
mean
here.
that. You're just saying that to be nice.
Yeah, just to be nice.
Okay.
All the top stars. Let's go to the ring for our first event. Vladimir Pietrov, Ivan Koloff against Terry Jones and Mike Force. Jim Cornette, the very first thing we noticed is that Paul Jones up there with the Russian team.
That's exactly right, because Paul Jones is a very astute individual. Paul Jones is a great manager, and he doesn't let his own political beliefs get in the way of recognizing great talent, which is exactly what the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, and his protege, Vladimir Pietrov, is. Great wrestling talent. They're strong, they're vicious, they're mean, and most of all, they're effective. And Paul Jones, I know, is going to profit from this alliance.
Elbow right to the chest of Mike Force.
Mike Force getting a little force used on him right now out to the concrete floor, and Pietrov just going to help him in a little bit. Well, see, the guy's so clumsy he can't even get in the ring. Finally, Pietrov helps the man in. Referee Scrappy McGowan. You know, Scrappy asked me to say hello to his Aunt Bonnie and Uncle Pete up there in Flintstone, Georgia, who invited me over for a real nice chicken dinner because they're big fans of the Midnight Express. And a double clothesline from the Russian team. And Force is on Weird Street right now. He's in La La Land, and look at him now. Barely makes the tag to Terry Jones, and we're going to see what Terry Jones is made out of. If he thinks he's going to get a free ride in this match, he's sadly mistaken.
Pietrov so destructive, and I've noticed the matches where Paul has been at ringside with the Russians. He does a lot of coaching, a lot of instructing to Vladimir Pietrov because years-wise, Ivan Koloff really has the upper hand as far as veterans are concerned.
Oh, sure. Ivan Koloff is a man of not only of talent but experience. Pietrov is a diamond in the rough. He's a mold of clay. He's a brute strength. He has the natural ability, but it needs to be molded. It's the only thing that you can mold talent like that with is experience. So with Ivan Koloff in the corner, with Paul Jones on the floor, Pietrov is getting the benefit of two men with a lot of experience. But look at the power. Look at the power the man has. When you've got something like that to take and mold into any kind of athlete you want, then you know you're going to come up with a winner. And Koloff now makes the tag. And here's a man, like you said, with a lot of experience, Tony. He's been a champion for a long time, and he is pounding the you-know-what out of Terry Jones. Jones has never seen the light of day so far in this entire match. Let's just be honest about it, shall we?
There's no doubt about that, Jim. Taking control of the match from the very opening bell. Not only that, you know, and of course we've seen the Midnight Express do this, they like to punish the man. They know they can pin the man anytime. Look, they like to punish.
As far as I'm concerned, professional wrestling is a sport for men, and tough men at that. And if the guy's a man enough to get in the ring, then he's man enough to take the punishment, just like that double elbow that's getting dished out. If Ivan Koloff likes to beat the man up, let him do it. If Pietrov likes to beat the man up, let him do it. It's his fault for getting in the ring. He should realize by looking at a couple of men like Pietrov and Koloff, there's no chance for him.
Pietrov taking control of the man right here. Elbow to the back of the head.
And you see now makes the tag to Uncle Ivan. And not only is Ivan Koloff a man of power, he's also a man of agility, of flexibility. He's tremendously agile, and look at that. Pietrov lifted the man up. Ivan Koloff, the Russian sickle from the top rope, and there's your winners. Ivan Koloff, Vladimir Pietrov, ably assisted by the noted manager, Mr. Paul Jones.
Impressive win over Jones and Force in our first event on our Sunday edition program as we take a look once again, fans.
Yeah, why don't you handle the replays for me today, Tony, okay?
I'll do that, Jim. Thank you very much. Off of the top rope. Big Russian sickle. Right on the back of the neck. Watch here. The winners, Ivan Koloff, Vladimir Pietrov, along with manager Paul Jones. Jim Cornette has his two men with him right here at ringside.
Well, you know something? I know everybody's excited. I know everybody can't believe their eyes because they're looking at the sexiest tag team in sports, the United States Tag Team Champions, beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, the Midnight Express, right here on national television.
Jim, I'm sorry we're late, but our car got held up at the border.
You know something? All I've got to say to anybody that wants to get in the ring with these men is the fact that they are the United States Tag Team Champions. They did win the tournament right here on national television. They are the greatest thing in wrestling. And any tag team that wants to try them, then, brother, all you got to do is jump on, and I guarantee you, you'll find it's a whole lot easier to jump on than it is to jump off. And beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, more than that, they want to attain the pinnacle. They want to reach the heights. They want to win every tag team title that there is in professional wrestling, and they've got one more goal besides that, and I'm sure everybody knows what it is. Ronnie Garvin, what you've been trying to do to me for months now is get your hands around my neck, get revenge for everything that's been done to you at the hands of the Midnight Express, at my hands, everything you blame us for, every one of your shortcomings, every one of your losses, you blame on us. Well, that's fine, Ronnie Garvin, but what you are is a psycho, and getting me in these cage matches courtesy of Jim Crockett Promotions is nothing short of out-and-out hornswoggling me. Trying to sign these contracts, trying to say that I want to get in a cage with you when, as a matter of fact, Jim Crockett, I've never signed these contracts. I've never agreed to these cage matches. You're pushing them on me. But I'll guarantee you this, Ronnie Garvin, we got matches with you upcoming, and the Midnight Express are going to do their dead-level best to make sure that you aren't able to get in a cage with me. If that don't stop it, then I've always got the court of law. If I can't stop it that way, then Mama has told me that, like I said yesterday on this program, we should assume control of Jim Crockett Promotions until an investigation about these contracts is carried out, and that could hold things up, Ronnie Garvin, for about 15 or 20 years, which would be just suitable for me, because it's at least that long before I ever want to contemplate getting in a cage with an idiot like you. Now, I'm out here today trying to host a show, trying to be an independent commentator, and I have to put up with idiots like this trying to assassinate me. So the best thing to do is just go to a break, and we will come back with more of my program in a minute.
Championship Wrestling, the Civic Center, Beaumont, Texas. Wednesday, June 24th, the bell time, 7:30 in Beaumont, Texas. The Sun Dome, Tampa, Florida. Tuesday, June 23rd at 7:30 at the Sun Dome in Tampa. The Civic Center, Amarillo, Texas. Sunday, June 21st at 8 o'clock in Amarillo, Texas. The Popeyes Summer Spectacular at the Summit in Houston. Saturday, June 20th, the bell time, 8 o'clock at the Summit in Houston, Texas. Centroplex, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Tuesday, June 16th, the bell time, 7:30 in Baton Rouge. The Charlotte Coliseum, Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunday, June 14th, 8 o'clock at the Charlotte Coliseum. The Baltimore Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. Saturday, June 13th, the bell time, 8 o'clock in Baltimore. The Civic Center Coliseum, Charleston, West Virginia. Friday, June 12th, the bell time, 8 o'clock at the Civic Center Coliseum in Charleston. The Cincinnati Gardens, Cincinnati, Ohio. Thursday, June 11th, the bell time, 8 o'clock in Cincinnati. The Omni in Atlanta. Sunday, June 7th, the bell time, 8 o'clock. A super spectacular card of the best in wrestling at the Omni in Atlanta. The Greensboro Coliseum, Greensboro, North Carolina. Saturday, June 6th, the bell time, 8:15. The super spectacular card of wrestling comes to the Greensboro Coliseum and the Richmond Coliseum, Richmond, Virginia. Friday, June 5th, the bell time is 8:15. The best of the NWA at the Richmond Coliseum in Richmond, Virginia. It's the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, the Major League of Professional Wrestling.
We're beating up slugs because that's what we're best at. And as far as we're concerned, anybody who gets in the ring with us, if he ain't a slug when he gets in, he will be when he leaves. You see, the Warriors are different than everybody. Yeah, they are. We're not in it for the money. I don't know how much I make. Paul takes care of that. I don't like to count this stuff. Just give it to me when I'm hungry so I can spend it on food. We're in it because we like to beat people up. Hey, Tony Schiavone, you know, we're going to be facing a lot of great wrestlers this summer. We're going to be facing the world champ, Ric Flair. That's right, he's a great wrestler. We're going to be facing the U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express. We're going to be facing Rick Rude, Manny Fernandez. We're going to be facing a lot of people. You know why we face the best? Because we are the best. That's what separates us from everybody else. We don't like wasting our time like Arn Anderson right here with these slugs in the ring. We go in there, we get the job done, we kick butt. So no matter where it is, all over the country this summer, you're going to see us as a tag team, or us with our six-man partner, Dusty Rhodes, or an 8-man tag with the superpowers somewhere in your city. It's going to come. Don't miss it. We're going to be kicking some butt. Hey, they're all going to pay the Warrior way.
Okay, fans, let's go back to the ring. Arn Anderson against Alan Martin on our Sunday edition program. Double A, remember the Four Horsemen? And he was saying as I walk back towards the set here, He's not so bad. And now scurrying back to the set here, getting all set up. Where'd you go, Jim Cornette?
Well, Tony, I had a very important phone call back there. A very important phone call from Mother, as a matter of fact.
I was waiting on you to interview the Road Warriors.
Were the Road Warriors out here?
Yes, they
Boy,
were.
I'd like to give them a piece of my mind. I didn't know that. Well, anyway, let's talk
You want me to call them back out
No,
here?
that's all right. They probably finished all they got to say. Let's talk about the match in the ring. Arn Anderson, a man that I look forward to seeing on a weekly basis because he always comes up with something new. He always comes up with something different, and he's always a thinking man's wrestler. Every move that he makes in the ring, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's meticulous about it. Look at this. He's working on the midsection of Alan Martin. Alan Martin, a fine athlete, but unable to compete with the greatness of Arn Anderson.
You know, we've mentioned so many times before that Arn Anderson is a man who has so many different weapons. Using the leverage on the arm, slamming the man on the arm, pulling on the shoulder. He has the spine buster, the gourd buster. He is so talented.
Well, it's all a part of his strategy, Tony, because you realize he said before, a three-legged table is no good to anybody. So he takes one of those limbs and he works on it until he's useless. Or in this case, I'm trying to educate him, Arn. I'm trying to educate you a little bit, Tony, so listen to this. You see, in this case, he's working on the midsection of Alan Martin because you take away the oxygen. That's what Arn calls an athlete's gasoline. And now, ooh, that spine buster, one of the most awesome moves in professional wrestling, takes all the breath out of Alan Martin. That's just like getting in the bottom of a pile-up in a football game and having 12 people land on top of you. He can't breathe. He's gasping for breath. Arn knows it's just about over any time, but he might decide to be merciful, or he might decide to teach Alan Martin what it's like to get in the ring with an Anderson.
Well, with the spine buster, he should have won the match, should have pinned the man. But as Scrappy McGowan counts away, he still continues to punish Alan Martin.
Well, you see, Tony Schiavone, you harp on that fact because if you ever did anything like that to anybody, you'd be lucky to be able to pin them, see? If you could ever knock anybody down, or if some of these run-of-the-mill wrestlers could ever be able to knock anybody down and get a pin on them, they better do it then because they probably ain't going to get another chance. But Arn Anderson knows that he's got the man anytime he wants him. So he's sending out a message not only to Alan Martin, but to everybody that could potentially get in the ring with Arn Anderson that he's a man that means business, and he's just liable to mess you up if you get in a wrestling ring with him.
Arn Anderson continues to punish Alan Martin, but I still contend, though, the way to make money in this sport is obviously to win matches. Hurting a man is not going to make him any more money, especially hurting Alan Martin.
Yeah, but you see, the fact is, if he hurts Alan Martin right here on national television, Tony Schiavone, everybody's paying attention to this. All the people that might be thinking about coming after Arn Anderson, all the people that watch professional wrestling are seeing Arn Anderson right now. And you see what he's doing? He's intimidating his future opponents when he intimidates Alan Martin. He's slapping the man around. He's humiliating him. He's embarrassing him. If Alan Martin's got a family at home, they're ashamed of him right now. And everybody that is going to get in the ring with Arn Anderson from now for the next 6 months is going to think about what he did to Alan Martin. Now look at Alan Martin. He's got some guts. He's fighting back, but you see there, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Arn Anderson knows what he's doing a minute or two before he does it. He's thinking 3 moves ahead. Martin went for the backdrop. Arn countered with the elbow to the back of the head, knocked him senseless, and there's the gourd buster. And I don't think that Alan Martin's going to get up after that, even if Arn wants him to.
There's your count.
The signal of the 4 horsemen, Tony, and Alan Martin knows, and a lot of other people now know by association, that you don't mess with the 4 horsemen and you don't mess with Arn Anderson.
Let's take a look at the gourd buster once again. Arn Anderson has Alan Martin up very high. Remember, this came after he punished the man severely during the match. The winner, Arn Anderson, and Jim Cornette has the world champion right at ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not often that I get the opportunity to stand next to, on national television, the greatest single athlete in our sport, ladies and gentlemen, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Well, Mr. Cornette, it's with a great deal of pride and pleasure that I come out here and have the opportunity to talk with someone equally great and equally famous in what we know to be the greatest sport in the world. I'm just sorry that I didn't have time to paint a spider on my forehead. I'm just sorry I didn't have time to cut my sport coat off at the armpit so I can walk out here with his 19-inch gun. You see, but Jim Cornette, you like myself know that the American public likes to see the other side of this sport. They like to see what money can do for the big-time people in our sport. And you're right. There are a lot of street people out in that world. Jim Cornette, and I know a lot of them. We hire them to clean our houses. We hire them to wash our cars. We give them $10 to shine our shoes. We send them into a store to buy us a bottle of fine liquor. That's our association with the street people. In other words, the road warriors are just like all the garbage they're talking about. And if you want to take a great deal of pride in being an ordinary common Joe, then, my friend, you'll go nowhere in the big world. Jim Cornette, Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, the Midnight Express, style and profile from L.A. to New York. We lead the way, and Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, Jimmy Garvin. Tell me something one time, my friend.
Okay.
Wouldn't you like to give Precious a squeeze? Huh?
I don't think Mama would like that.
Wouldn't you like to give Precious a squeeze? I'll tell you how it's going to be, Precious. You, young lady, you with those bodacious tatas. Woo! You are missing one ingredient, and that's to be on the arm of the man. And baby, like I've said before, once you ride the mountain, there's no going back home. So please, baby, slide out of that shivering dress. Woo! Get on that elevator. Get to the suite. Because, Precious, I'll guarantee you, you're going to be coming round the mountain when you come. Woo! Dusty Rhodes, you got a bad wheel, buddy. And at Greensboro, I'm telling you firsthand, Tony Blanchard with Dark Journey. Got us Dark Journey live, huh? Is she live? When Dark Journey and the infamous James A. Dillon, Luger, Flair Arn, we're all going to be there. And Dusty, that lightning bolt is going to come through the Coliseum. Woof! You're going to be on the end of it, buddy. You're going to have them all cheering. 20,000 people going, Dusty, Dusty, Dusty. But when all the smoke clears, Big Dust, it's just going to be you and your buddy, Magnum PA. And you know what you're going to say, Dust? You're going to say, Maggie May. What? And God's green earth is causing, woo, all this. Precious, it's just like opening a bank vault, baby. I got all the numbers and all the time, and you're going to be mine. Woo! Big Jim.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure, buddy.
Been a pleasure. The World Heavyweight Champion, and we'll be back with more of our Sunday edition right after this important, informative interlude.
Or don't like it, sit down and look at it because it's the best going today. Woo!
It's World Championship Wrestling, the Capitol Center, Landover, Maryland. Thursday, July 2nd, 8 o'clock at the Cap Center, the NWA. The Cajun Dome, Lafayette, Louisiana. Friday, June 19th at 7:30 at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette. Fairgrounds Arena, Springfield, Missouri. Monday, June 15th at 7:30 in Springfield. The Charlotte Coliseum, Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunday, June 14th at 8 o'clock at the Charlotte Coliseum. It's the Popeye Superdome Extravaganza. New Orleans at the Superdome. Saturday, June 13th at 8 o'clock at the Superdome. The Civic Center, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Friday, June 12th at 7:30 in Lake Charles. The Civic Center, Thibodaux, Louisiana. Thursday, June 11th, the bell time, 7:30 in Thibodaux. The Bayfront Center, St. Petersburg, Florida. Saturday, June 6th, the bell time, 8:30 at the Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg. And the Richmond Coliseum, Richmond, Virginia. Friday, June 5th, the bell time, 8:15 at the Richmond Coliseum. It's the NWA. It's the Major League of Professional Wrestling.
And Arn Anderson, one of the members of the Four Horsemen, you just used a word, Arn, premeditation. What you did to Alan Martin, what you're going to do to all your opponents.
Jimmy, you're doing a fine job out here, but at this particular point in time, you say I'm an intelligent man, so are you. I know how much time costs on this television, so I'm going to talk intelligently. I'm not going to talk about gold jewelry. I'm not going to talk about women. I'm not going to talk about cars and houses. I'm going to talk about how we make our living. It's called professional wrestling. You see, Dusty Rhodes, I don't have the flair or the charisma of Ric Flair. And I'm not the consummate total wrestler that Tully Blanchard is. I don't have the body like a Greek god of a Lex Luger. But I tell you what I am beyond anybody else. I'm the consummate student of our business. I'm talking about the greatest sport in the world, professional wrestling. I learn quicker and I learn better than anybody I know. You see, I haven't been in this business very long, but I've learned a lot in a short time. I've learned a lot from you. You might say, found this funny, Rhodes, but I've learned a lot from you, and I appreciate it. Because anytime you wrestle a top quality athlete, you learn something, win, lose, or draw. You wrestle a rock and roll, you learn something about speed and teamwork. You wrestle the Road Warriors, you learn about consummate strength and power. You wrestle a Ronnie Garvin or a Jimmy Garvin, you learn about toughness, grit. So I've learned something from everybody I'm wrestled. That's why I'm one of the Four Horsemen. Not because I've got a body like a Greek god, not because I'm the world television champion presently, not because I'm Ric Flair or trying to be Ric Flair. What I am is an Anderson. I'm one of the Four Horsemen. So as the summer heats up, Dusty Rhodes, remember one thing. You're with your two main men, the Road Warriors. Things are going to get nasty. They say the three of you can never be beat. Well, remember one thing, Dusty Rhodes, and never forget. We got to you one time in the Omni, years past. We got to you just a few short weeks ago or time again. If you think you're getting paranoid, you're not. It's just that we're after you. So remember one thing, Dusty Rhodes, in closing. There's Four Horsemen, there's J.J. Dillon, there's 5 against any combination you want to put together. You and Nikita, you and the Road Warriors. That still just adds up to 3, and I like 5 against 3 anytime. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Arn. Another member of the Four Horsemen in the ring right now.
And this is for the NWA World Television title. It's Tully Blanchard against Ricky Nelson. And the beautiful Dark Journey takes that World Television title belt and walks down. And Tully went to shake hands with Rick and then slapped him away.
Well, that was Rick Nelson's first mistake in trusting somebody. You don't trust anybody in the world of professional sports. And Tully Blanchard just dumped Rick Nelson right out of the ring on the concrete floor to prove just that. You see Dark Journey in the corner holding on to that World Television title belt that Tully Blanchard has held on to for quite some time. A member of the illustrious Four Horsemen, the 4 greatest single athletes in our sport. It's Dark Journey night. Dark Journey's a nice-looking young lady.
She's a beautiful lady. There's no doubt about it.
And now Tully Blanchard, Rick Nelson, he hasn't got much size. He's got conditioning, but against Tully Blanchard, that's not going to be good enough because Tully takes that opportunity every time he gets a chance to open up strong, to open up quick, to surprise, to get the jump on his opponent, and the man just might never recover.
Right to the face with that elbow.
He's giving him a little facial now with the bootlaces, and a lot of people don't realize those nylon straps, they hurt. And now Tully hooking him up for the slingshot suplex, and look, high arch. He brought Rick Nelson down. The wind is knocked out of Rick Nelson. The wind is out of Rick Nelson's sails, but the wind is riding high on Tully Blanchard's sails, the World Television Champion with his beautiful personal secretary, Dark Journey.
Another win for the World Television Champion, Tully Blanchard. Another successful title defense.
Now, I want you to watch the form on this, Tony. He picks Rick Nelson up, uses those nylon cables of the ropes to get that slingshot effect, arches his back, brings him high up in the air, kicks his feet out from under him, and that will knock the wind out of anybody.
Well, what will happen June 6th? We'll talk to Magnum and Dusty when we come back.
Old times, Four Horsemen up to the same old tricks. Everybody's got their money up on the line, $50,000 in cash and an endorsed check by James J. Dillon. And now the men think they can get things straightened out the way they want them. Try to put my main man out, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Well, the man was down, but he was a long way from being out. And now you want to speculate about all kinds of things. Say Magnum TA won't even be able to walk to the ring in Greensboro. Well, it's been a long time since my feet touched that floor in the Greensboro Coliseum. But on one very memorable occasion, Tully Blanchard remembers all so well. It was an I Quit match where I dished out more punishment on his body than he'd ever felt before. Well, think back again about that, Tully Blanchard, because June the 6th, Magnum TA will be in the Greensboro Coliseum once more, walking down to that ring to take care of business. $50,000 in my hand, watching all the money. There's going to be $100,000 on the line. And let me tell you one thing. Nobody will get hold of that money till it's all over. When the smoke's cleared, when that battle has finished taking place, you're going to think you're in another I Quit match because the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is coming to get what should be around his waist to begin with. I'm talking about the World's Television Championship. And there's a 60-minute time limit. That's a whole lot of time, a whole lot of ache, and a whole lot of pain can be dished out. And I'm going to be right there ringside watching it happen. This right here is step one of my recovery. This is the first of many steps. But when I get to the end of that road, then everybody better stand up and take notice because I'm coming back, and this is just the beginning. I'll see you all right there June the 6th in the Greensboro Coliseum.
You know, Jim Cornette, when I see these two men walk out and I see the expression on your face, you have a lot of...
Reminds you of the last time you ate Mexican food, the expression on my face, doesn't it?
Yeah. You have a lot of enemies in this sport. You know that. None more as vicious after you, time and time again, as these two men right here.
Let me tell you, Ricky Morton comes out here pointing at me. The only thing pointy about him is his head, his little pin head. Now, let me tell you something. For almost 4 years now, the Rock and Roll Express have been a thorn in the side of the Midnight Express. Time after time, we have beaten them. Time after time, we have taken them. Time after time, we have beat them for belts, but to no avail. They still come after us. They still follow us. They still try to say that they're the real Express. Well, I think in this match, we might just find out that these two guys are more than a match for the Rock and Roll Express. Or maybe not. I don't know.
I think the latter. There it is.
All right, double drop kick. It's still illegal. It's a double team. It's against the law. It ought to be banned. And one of these days, when the Midnight Express catches up with the Rock and Roll Express, we're going to fix their little red wagon once and for all, brother.
Okay, Jim, I wish you'd stay around.
I got to go, Tony. I think I hear my mother.
Okay, once again, the double drop kick. The winners, the Rock and Roll Express. Barry Windham comes on the scene. Jim Cornette leads. But I know there's something you're after. We're talking about a big time.
It's really odd that Cornette gets a phone call every time somebody like myself or the Road Warriors come around. Let me tell you what, Bubba Rogers, the champion that you are, you're not going to be very long. And you have something that I want. Ric Flair has something that I want. And Jim Cornette and they have the United States Championship, the Midnight Express. Let me tell you, boys, it's very funny that nobody wants to hang around when Ronnie Garvin and myself are around. There's a reason for this. You stole those championships. We're going to get them back sometime soon. And there's so many things going on right now. Tully Blanchard is a man that's walking on thin ice. You didn't get the job done, and I'll tell you what, Dusty Rhodes is going to get you very soon. You have hell to face, son.
Barry Windham. Fans, we'll be back right after this timeout. Koloff, the U.S. champion, I know all your energies, all your concentrations right now toward Lex Luger.
You know, Tony, I have figured out something about the Four Horsemen. You know what I figured out about the Four Horsemen, Tony?
What's that, Nikita?
I figured out the Four Horsemen are very, very tough. All together, the Four Horsemen are very tough. But one-to-one, the Four Horsemen are not so tough. Ask Tony Blanchard. Ask Carl Anderson. Ask Ric Flair. You see, you'll find out if they're a half a man. They'll tell you, one-to-one, they're not so tough. Dusty Rhodes, he knows. Nikita Koloff, I know. I have defended this title against them. And it's right here. And now Lex Luger, he knows. You see, Lex Luger, I figure out too, is trying to be a lot like Ric Flair. He wants to go after all these different women. He wants to party night after night after night, all night long. Drive a big car, just like Ric Flair. Live in a big house. But Lex Luger, all that does not make you a champion. Je dois être Lex Luger. What makes you a champion is to defeat me. You want to be U.S.A. champion? Prove to me, Lex Luger, that you are half the man you tell all the people you are.
Nikita Koloff, the U.S. champion. Let's go back to the ring. Ron Garvin, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin with pressures against Larry Stevens and Randy Barber.
Tony, I'm going to stay over here with you.
Wait a minute, let me say right now, if Ron Garvin comes down this way to get you,
he's going to have to go through you.
No,
exactly
I'm not going to stop him, Jim.
Look, I had a very important
way.
message from home. Mama was calling to say that the air conditioning in my little dog Snuffles' house had gone out. But now, come here, stand in front of me.
Don't get near me, Jimmy.
I come back to show you what kind of a brave guy I am. I come back here to commentate on this match because you don't want to know why. Just stand in front of me, Tony. Stay right here in front of me.
I'm not getting near you.
You want to know why I'm commentating on this match? Because you see, the fact of the matter is the Garvin brothers are another one of the tag teams that the Midnight Express knocked out of that Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup tournament. If everybody wants to buy a copy of that videotape, they'll see us beat the Garvins. They'll see us beat the Road Warriors. Then they'll see us get ripped off by the Superpowers in the final event that we were in. And they'll see that we should have rightfully won the $1 million. And so just stay in front of me, Tony. He's looking this way.
Yeah, you daggone right. He's looking this way, and he comes this way, he's going to get right through me in a hurry.
Randy Barber and Darren Stevens are enough to take care of him. As a matter of fact, I slipped him in the back. I slipped him a little money extra to make sure that Ronnie Garvin don't make it through this. Tony, come back here and stand in front of me. I slipped him a little money in the back, Tony, and they're going to take care of Ronnie Garvin, I promise you. Would you please come over here and stand in front of me, Tony? Holy mackerel.
Ron Garvin's attention is right at Jim Cornette. He's looking over here.
Darren Stevens is fixed to tie him up right now. Would you tell Scrappy McGowan to make gorgeous Jimmy not look at me either?
Jim, just commentate the match. Just commentate the match.
He'll never catch me. That's exactly right. I'm more of a man than he is. He'd never catch me.
Jimmy, just commentate the match.
I'm trying to, but he's harassing me.
You've been doing a great job with me here today. Just keep up the tempo.
Right.
Leave that alone.
I get a little rattled every once. They're harassing me. Ronnie Garvin, you see, and he's got some fine sadistic moves just like any other normal psychopath. He had a beautiful abdominal stretch on, throws Stevens' head into the turnbuckle now, tags Jimmy Garvin. And you know these guys do have good teamwork. They ought to. They're brothers. And blood's thicker than water, but you know what's thicker than blood? It's sap. And that's exactly what they are. But gorgeous Jimmy with a flying mare tags Randy Barber in the ring now. And Randy Barber going to see what he can do. The only man in the world I know it looks like a potato with arms and legs, but he's a tough guy, Tony. Gorgeous Jimmy with a broad arm across the back, and another one now. Barber's stunned.
He really is. The Garvins, Ronnie and gorgeous Jimmy. And once again, Ron Garvin cast an eye over this way.
Full scoop slam by gorgeous Jimmy on Randy Barber, which is a task in itself. And now here comes Ronnie Garvin in the ring again. And I know he'd like to be doing this stuff to me. I know he'd like to play with me. He said he wanted to play with me like a cat plays with a little ball of twine. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a pretty daggum expensive ball of twine. And those chops right there are unbelievably painful. He feels Randy Barber across the ring. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
What's that,
I'm not paranoid, but I know what he's doing.
What's that?
He's trying to show me what he wants to do to me. I know I can read him like a book, like an open page. You see, he's got the man down now. He's leaning on him. He won't let him breathe. He won't let him up. He's rubbing his forearm across the man's cheekbone. He's got his leg hooked now. He's sugaring him. Look, he's tweaking his nose. He's doing that for me, Tony. Do you realize that? He is doing that for my benefit, and that just shows what kind of a sadist that he really is. Look at what he's doing to the man's nose now. You know, I've suffered from nosebleeds since I was 7 years old.
You may stop up that nosebleed of yours for good.
And listen to Big Mouth up here. Stand in front of me, Tony. Listen to Big Mouth up here. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin trying to taunt me, trying to talk about what Ronnie Garvin wants to do to me. Oh! Brings all his weight with both heels down in the midsection, kicks him in the top of his four-balled little head. Randy Barber does not deserve this kind of treatment. Headbutt now. Of course his headbutt's hurt because there's nothing in his head to be damaged. Now look at this double team in the man. Shoot him into the rope, a big double chop. Garvin has this fetish about these chops. I think he's a little strange. Gorgeous Jimmy picking the man up again, twisting the arm. You see Ronnie Garvin, like I said, doing all this stuff for my benefit. He wants to show what he can do to me in a cage. Well, I know he can do all that stuff to me in a cage, but the fact of the matter is, I don't want to get no cage with him. Jim Crockett's trying to force me. Everybody's against me. It's all a conspiracy. It's all a plot, Tony. You realize that, don't you? Do you realize that? It's all a plot.
Jim, I've said it before. I've said it again. You could stay out of trouble if you would just keep your nose
I
out of
have
some of these
done
situations.
nothing to anyone of any consequence. I may have maybe hurt a few people's feelings every now and then, but I really haven't done anything bad.
Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Ron Garvin really taking control of the match. They have since the bell. What a team they are. And Ron
Now
Garvin.
you see the tag again. They have some teamwork, Tony. They're back by gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. And now look at Ronnie. He's waiting like a vulture on a branch of a tree out in the desert. He's waiting. And you see now Precious, who's got no business being at ringside. Precious has no business out there. She's giving a few words to gorgeous Jimmy. Garvin twists the arm on Randy Barber, tags gorgeous Jimmy and shoots him in. And there's gorgeous Jimmy with another backdrop. They're doing all this for my benefit, Tony. I can tell that. And look at now, cocks up a closed fist, the knockout punch, the hands of stone. That's an illegal blow. And look at that. He picks him up, and he's going to choke him now. Look now, he's got the sleeper on him. He doesn't know what he wants to do to the guy. You know, he's beside himself trying to think of the prospect of getting to me.
Watch this closely, Jim Cornette, because...
Oh, sure, I realize what he's doing. I realize exactly what he's doing. Randy Barber can't even hardly breathe now. Look at him putting the forearm across the side of the ear. He's pressing his head in. He's cutting his air off. Randy Barber blacked out. Randy Barber blacked out. Do you believe? Oh, man. Tony, you may be proud of these guys, but I still think he's a crazoid.
Yeah, and he's after you, Jim Cornette. Ron Garvin, man with the head
on the man.
Along with his brother, Gorgeous Jimmy, along with Precious, leaving right now. And what a great win it was. Okay, Jim.
I want to thank the New Breed for coming out here so I could stand behind somebody, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give you guys the ultimate compliment. You do some moves I wish the Midnight Express had thought of, brother. You're great. You're fantastic.
Well, maybe we could work something out and give them a little training 2002 style, but sent to us to the time-space beam. We've got a little present here for everybody to see, so let's just listen to what my little baby here has to say.
Greetings, primitive animaloids. I'm XTC1. I've been beamed here from the year 2002 by way of a digital beam transport. My microcircuits have been programmed to assist the New Breed in total destruction of the primitive boogie-woogie man, Lasertron, the reject robot, whose logic probe has been set back to infantile, and the minute midget slave workers of 2002, the Rock and Roll Express. With my instruction and guidance, the New Breed will tower over all who try to de-resolutionize them. The game grid is set to their advantage by my user from 2002. Beware, they have yet one more ultimate asset over you primitive animaloids. Me, XTC1.
Wasn't that lovely?
Well, there you have it, Chris.
My goodness. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Crockett Promotion has finally went out and got him some comparable commentary. They finally got rid of Crockett, shipped him out. He's out sweeping the floors out in the back somewhere. I saw him on the hallway walking in. Well, Boogie Woogie, Lasertron, and you Rock and Roll Express, you're all going to see 2002 style. And if you people don't like it,
we'll see you next week
go.
on the Sunday edition of World Championship Wrestling.